guys, this is Yesterday's News, and I've got Captain Blackbeard frontman Martin Holsner on the chat with me today, and we're going to talk about their new Live Plus One album that's coming out on Friday, and that would be Friday the 26th of February this week. How are you doing today?
Fantastic. Thank you for having me. It's going to be awesome to talk to you.
Yeah, you know, you guys had a great album out last year, Sonic Forces, and automatically it pulled me into your fan club called the Captain's Fleet because it's a phenomenal melodic rock album. And with the new album that you have coming out, that's your live album, it's some of the Sonic Forces, but then you've got a studio track in there. What happened over the last year that made you guys decide you want to put something live out?
Well, first, thank you for joining the fleet. Awesome. We'll continue to work with that also. But yeah, we wanted to give the audience something during this year that also tickles a little bit about what we have lost the last year. So we wanted to send out a live recording of ourselves doing some Sonic Forces tracks, but also some older tracks. So also our audience can hear me singing those tracks. So that was a double gift in that case, so to speak. And then we added the studio track here that's called Too Good. And it's a track that we've been working quite long on. It was supposed actually to be on Sonic Forces, but at the time we didn't feel it was mature enough. But so we took it back and we finalized it and gave it that touch that we wanted to really feel comfortable with releasing it. So yeah, we throw it in this live recording. So we said, yeah, let's do a commemorate of or a tribute to Kiss also and call it Live Plus One. So as we know that they have a record called that too.
So it's good that you point on the part about having your vocals on some of those songs as well, because for those people who don't know Captain Blackbeard, you're relatively new to the band. I mean, you're not new, but you're still kind of young with the band with the vocalist change. What was it like for you guys to decide to do the music to actually re-record something that was Captain Blackbeard? I mean, did it give you pause to think about, did you want to or be compared to the other vocalists? How did that work for you?
Well, first of all, it was when I joined the band, it was, hey, we're going to release a record, sing this. And it was like, okay, let's start there. So it was quite a journey to just trying to perform what they wanted to get on the Sonic Forces album. Then we also received quite much, as you said, we very much praise for this, and I felt very comfortable with the audience enjoying me in Captain Blackbeard. So we also felt that, hey, let's pay tribute to what we've done before, and release some songs with me singing them, but of course in a live setting. So it for me it felt very natural, and also it's a praise to the previous members. I don't want to take anything away from what they've done, because what they done was amazing. So I just feel humble about being able to do these songs today.
And it's funny you say that too, because it's always hit or miss when there's a lineup change, and it's even more so when it's a vocalist change, because that either will sink or sail your band. And there's a lot of bands I don't listen to because their vocalist change, and it's not that I don't appreciate their instrumental music, it's just the vocals are so different. I have a hard time appreciating that. And there wasn't such a huge difference with the change to Captain Blackbeard sound. And then you bring something else with the energy that, you know, just kind of brings you guys up to the next level and to continue on with you know, Captain Blackbeard. And I mean, it's evident in your videos. The visuals are great. They're fun. I mean, it's really well thought out and it's entertaining. And I think that's what people come for, that great music and it's entertainment.
Yeah. Yeah, and I just to add to this, because it's quite funny regarding this whole me joining. It came very, very quickly into the release of the album. We were starting to make a video and starting to make promo photos. So we just said, hey, let's do something with the captain and bring Martin a hat. So now I got a hat that I feel comfortable with. The hat that is in the video and in the promo photos is it's a very cheap one bought in one of those funny stores. that actually, when I look at those pictures and now look at that hat and so it's like, oh, okay, yes, but yeah, it's with the you know, gleam in the eye. Want to just, because we are here about energy and happiness and taking it a little bit, you know, with what do you say when it's just a little flip on your shoulder. So yeah. We don't want to do it too seriously. Yeah, of course we're serious about the music, but we also have a image where we take ourselves not that serious. So we want to share this energy and this happiness that we feel about just doing music, and that people out there enjoy what we're doing. So glad you noticed the energy, the happiness, the spirit.
You know, and I reviewed the album, and I can say it because in reviewing it, I also watched the videos, and I love the videos, you know, and I have to ask you because the video, and Sonic Forces, was it? They has the Camaro. Whose car is that?
Okay.
I love that car. I'm like a car person, and I'm like
the headlights videos.
Headlights. Yeah.
No, actually, that was. I think it was some connection that a friend of a friend. So we were just, hey, can you be part of this video? And then we actually asked him again when we did the Young Hearts videos. So I think you can see that car again a couple of times in that video. We just wanted to take this with us through the Sonic Forces, bringing the old feeling of the 80s into some sort of space. So we put all this together because we feel the story is a little bit going from, you know, driving your car, your old wonderful car, and ending up somewhere in space. And this is somewhere where we are right now, you know, about going to Mars and everything. So we're still there enjoying the good old mechanics, and also we have another foot on Mars. So we feel that this, we want to flirt a little bit with the old and the new.
Well, and it's funny because I'm an 80s girl. That was my teenage years, and those are the kinds of cars that we were in, and it was always, I look back and I'm going, gosh, you know, if Chevrolet or somebody would bring back that style of muscle car, I would love that, because the new stuff today is, you know, like, of course, make them more economically, you know, sound, but like, you know, environmentally better, but the muscle car, and it really did it. So it played that throwback, because that was the kind of music, you know, you're playing the throwback of the music in the 80s in the style. And then you guys were having so much fun because, you know, you've got Robert, who's always like fire, and he's jumping everywhere, hair everywhere. He's full of energy. He's got so much energy. And then you have this look on your face in the video, and the rest of the guys are having a great time. And it just sealed it, because I'm like, okay, so this whole thing encapsulates, this is Captain Blackbeard. And it was really cool and fun. And you just get this look in your eye. Like you say, you had that gleam in your eye, but you just get this look, and it's like, it makes it fun, and it brings people totally into what you guys are doing. And so with the live music, where did you guys record because I know with the new stuff, you guys had gone out and did a few tour dates before everything kind of went crazy. And the tracks off of Sonic Forces, where did you guys record those live? And then the other tracks that you did, where did those come from?
Yeah, this is a mix from, we did a live stream also. So when we did that live stream, we also took recording of that. So that is the foundation of this record. And then of course we've recorded from previous sessions as we did previously also. So we blended this into this perfect match or perfect mix of what we have done live. But the basics is from our live stream that we did this summer. Yeah,
and that was a lot of fun. I watched that. That was a lot of fun. And I know you guys were like, oh, it's so hot in here.
Yeah.
You're in the heat wave in Sweden. Yeah.
Wonderful performance. Not for the heart, though, as the heat was taking its toll. But it was so fun just to do it, and I guess we will do it again as soon as possible. Right now, everybody is working with the next coming album, so we're and of course we're not seeing each other that much because of the pandemic. So that's giving us a little bit hard time to move forward when it comes to live performances, but. definitely we will do live streams again, because it was so much fun, and perhaps in a more air-cooled environment though.
Well, it was just that you guys just hit the perfect timing with the heat wave, and it just everything fell into that. It always happens. Live is live, you know.
Yeah, live is live.
But for me, I'm like, I watched from here in Seattle, and the way that you guys performed, and it felt like I was right there with you. And I love that, you know, it just transcends, because it's not like you're just there in front of the camera just to have, you know, okay, we're gonna do a show, just to do a show. You guys really had a great time, immersed yourselves, and it was a lot of fun. And I chatted with a lot of the fans while we were watching, and everybody had the same feeling. It's this love for your sound and the energy that you guys have, and it just endears people to what you're doing. And I think a lot of people are going to love this new live album. And you were saying before we started talking, before we start recording, that it's actually going to be available in physical medium as well. So for fans that want to buy it, the Bandcamp, is that where you're selling it through?
Yes, so that's where you can right now pre-order it, and as soon as it's the release date, we will send it. So it will be in a small CD sleeve, but we have made it in a vinyl look. So it will be looking good like a vinyl, but small as a CD. So it's
yeah, I know you guys gave me a little bit of harassment when I said I bought the vinyl of Sonic Forces, because you're like plastic. But then you see the new albums, and yeah, I've got that hanging in my closet. It's up on the shelf with the rest of my albums. But then the new CDs, I watched Robert when he unboxed them, and they look like a little album. They're really cool looking, and they come in different colors. And so
yeah,
I thought
exactly.
that was.
So we made the CD in, I think it's 2 or 3 different colors also. So it will be really nice to see them. I haven't seen them physically myself, so it's I've seen them only in the video that Robert made in this when he did it, send it like this. Yeah, he didn't know that the camera didn't turn.
That's live, the video. Yeah. I've had so much fun with videos. I've had people cats have jumped into videos, dogs have been barking. I mean, just, you know, this is the pandemic lifestyle that we live in, but you can still connect. And I think people that make the point of getting out there and connecting and talking to their fans and taking that time will do so much better when this is over with, because you're still building that audience. And a lot of people are starved for that live connection. And so when live goes live again, people are going to be crazy to get out there for it. I'm really excited for it. And so we've talked about Live +1. I'm super excited. I can't wait for everybody to hear it, because I've got the promo, and when I plugged it in my earbuds in and I listened, and I thought, wow, this is a great recording. Because to me, I just sat there and I kind of leaned back and closed my eyes and listened, and it felt like I was in the room with you guys. It was really cool, and it just has that feeling in it. And I've been saying to other people, gosh, you're going to want to check this one out, because it really does give a really good live feeling. It's like you're being at the show. So I'm excited for that. But then I also want to touch on, you guys are working on a new album.
Yeah.
So how's the writing going with that? Where are you in your process?
Oh, we are right now finalizing some pre-productions. So we have some material to start working on with more details. Most of it is done by Chris and Rob. I know also our new guy, Daniel, is also helping out with the creative process. Me, myself, not that active in that process, actually. So I'm just tagging along and hear it and trying to sing it and find some melodies, helping out a little bit. But so I think we're on a good roll right now, because soon we will be able to start, record some drums and feel that things are moving forward. So yeah, it's steady ahead.
So has there been any talk about, with the new music that's coming, is there going to be a departure from the sound of Sonic Forces? Do you think you'll stay along the same lines? Where do you think it's going to end up?
We have an ambition to be, of course, following that route right now. We will see how much, but of course we will stay with a little bit more on the keyboard side. We will not abandon the keyboard. So the sound will persist, I would say, in the direction of where we have been going from Struck by Lightning and now Sonic Forces. So I think this is in the area of how we will sound. We will not take a big leap into something else. We will take help from Dave, of course, but the production will be mainly done by Erik Modin from Wildness. So we will set up our team and make this record awesome too. So let's just continue doing this as good as we can, and continue the positive route that we have taken now with Sonic Forces, because it's really been a huge leap forward for Captain Blackbeard.
Now, since you're the new guy in the band, essentially, and we were talking before that you didn't really pick music as your normal gig, what do you do when you're not doing music?
I'm actually a sales guy working in industry. So my background the last decade I've been in energy storage with batteries and biogas. So I've been focusing quite much on my job, and then when Captain Blackbeard came up, is it 3 years ago? No, 2 years. No, 2 years.
It's been about 3, I think, 2 or a little over 2, 3. Yeah, I remember you went out on tour, didn't you?
And that was 2019. So it's 2 years ago. Yeah, because we released. So it's 2 years. But until then, I've only been like doing some cover bands and stuff, mainly trying to keep my vocals alive. But when Captain Blackbeard came with the question, I felt like, hey, let's try this. Perhaps it could be like the last chance to go original and have a little bit of the rock star dream. So it's been just a journey to have fun and see, okay, what can I do? It was a very tricky business going from not singing that much and then go to the Germany tour, 9 gigs on 9 days. It took its toll on the vocals because I felt I was not ready, but I understood that too late. But now,
on your tour, did you have any breaks in between days for travel, or was it straight 9 days?
Straight 9 days. 9 days, 9 gigs.
How do you do that with your vocals? I mean, what do you do to take care of your vocals?
Yeah, at that time I just tried to relax. Honey and ginger, just trying to get everything to not be strained. But I realized more and more that it wasn't the vocal cords that I was having problems with. It was more muscular strain. So this is what I've been working on the last year, actually trying to just release some muscle strain. So when the time comes and I actually need to do that again, it won't take that much toll on the throat. So I feel I've come closer to being more relaxed, and hopefully when we go into studio also I can perform even better to maximize the output of the new album.
Now, do you find when you were out on tour, did you find at all that you weren't talking as much in between, like the days you were performing? You just kind of, because I know some vocalists, they just don't talk at all really between shows. Did you do anything to kind of reserve your voice, or was it just kind of?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. So when I know when we're going to play in Hamburg, I felt I'm totally crashing, and tonight I really want to perform. So I just closed every door and I sat in the tour bus and just fell asleep and shut the world away. When I woke up, I took a walk around in the city and just isolating myself. So yes, definitely that the vocal is always the one getting the stamp being the boring one, because you don't want to drink, you don't want to talk, you don't want to do anything, because you want to preserve the voice. So but of course when the night comes, you take a beer, and then when you have gotten 1 beer, of course you take 2 beers, and then let's do it. So
so if any fans tried to approach you and you didn't feel very chatty, let's set the record straight here right now. It wasn't that he was not wanting to talk to you. It's when you're on a run like that, because usually people schedule the tour dates, like they do 3 dates and 1 day off so that you have a day to rest your vocals. So for anybody out there, if you guys caught Captain Blackbeard on a tour and maybe you felt like you wanted to talk to Martin and you didn't really get a chance, or you felt like he just didn't want to talk, it's reserving those vocals. It's not a personal thing.
Yeah, exactly. So Bear in mind, Vocalists is not always on the happiest mode when on tour. But next time I'll be better.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I noticed too, because I've seen on your social media, you have lots of photos with horses. Do you have horses? I mean, like, let's talk about that, because I think that's kind of cool to pull the personal in. I love that, and horses are such majestic creatures. Like, what's the deal with the horses with you?
Oh, actually, yeah, let's start from the beginning. My sister had a horse when I was little, so it was like, okay, cool, horses is cool. But then all my adult life, it's never been in my mind. But when I've moved up to Stockholm and starting to be more alone, starting to think more about, what am I to do with my time? I was actually starting to think about horses. And when the mind starts to create some sort of image of what you want to achieve, suddenly you meet a girl who end up having a horse, and then so this is good. And then one thing led to another, and now my wife and I, we have 2 horses. So we have 2 fantastic creatures, and just as you say, they are majestic and they are big. And this is something that is very important to me regarding that they are big, but also the mutual respect, and learning to understand a creature and how to communicate. Because on stage or when I'm working as a sales guy, it's a lot of things going on in your mind regarding communication, body language, how you sound, how you stand, and what you do. And this is very important when you're acting with horses. So this is also a process helping me be better on stage, letting the horses help me to understand what do I signal when I do stuff. Because from horses you always get an honest answer. If they say, "Hey, you look scary," they will say, "I look scary." And if they say, "Hey, okay, I understand what you're saying," they say that they understand what I'm saying. So you get a true answer when you do something together with horses, and that is something that I very much appreciate.
That's awesome, because I think horses are such great animals, and it's awesome that you bring that in, that it kind of helps to gauge you, and it makes you probably a better performer, because you do. I have been wondering how you got your stage presence, because you really have a great presence. And then hearing, kind of the backside with, horses, and the, kind of gauging that around them, it falls into place. It just totally makes sense to kind of how you kind of handle yourself, which is really cool.
Thank you. That's good. So yeah, of course, it's all about presence. So when I'm on stage or when I'm with the horses, you always have to be present, because if you're not there, the audience will feel it, the horses will feel it. So yeah, everything is interconnected. When you're starting to think about it, it's the one helps the other. And I'm grateful for having horses because it helps me a lot. And it's also very helpful for mental health when you're just going to the horses and say, "Hey, okay, I just want to hang out with you for half an hour." Then suddenly things start to happen in your mind, because you don't have anything else to think about. You need to think about the horse. You need to think about perhaps yourself, but you cannot start to wander away in your mind, because then you lose the horse, you lose yourself, and then, okay, what is happening? What's going on? You need to be there. So yeah.
So I grew up out in the country as a kid, and the friends, we had farms and stuff out where we were, and so we'd be out there. Our pets were like the cows in the pastures, because that's where you kind of were hanging out. And friends of mine had horses, and one horse was really particular. Like, they liked you or didn't like you one day at a time, and then sometimes the horse would come up and kind of like nuzzle you and then bite you. Yeah. Did any of you ever been bit by one of your horses?
Yeah, of course they do that when they want attention, of course. And if you start to learn that you bring treats in your pockets, then you're screwed. They will come. But of course, and horses have moods just like we do. So from time to time, when you come to the horses, they say, "Hey, today is not the day when I will be your friend." And then you have to work on it.
That's awesome. And that's just like being out on tour.
Yeah, exactly.
It really is. Don't bring snacks in your pockets to the shows. That's definitely for sure. So do you think with the next album, will you continue to wear the captain hat, or are you going to change your look next time?
I'm thinking about finding some new details to look. Of course, we will try to, as you've seen, perhaps we've taken on a little bit of some sort of uniform dress where we have this. We have some sort of idea about being the forces. The sonic forces, the troops, so to speak. So it's a little bit of a uniform dress, and we will see how we can twitch this and find a new way to utilize it in the next album, of course. But I think we have found some sort of band identity also to work with. But the captain's hat, I'm gonna see what I can do with it. If we can tweak it. Perhaps just use it a little bit more conservative and special songs or stuff, but we'll see. Well, I have to analyze it a little bit more.
And so let me ask you this: as a musician and having the visibility that you have, are there any causes that you guys stand behind, or something that Captain Blackbeard feels really strongly about?
Whoa, that's a good question. We haven't actually talked as a group about causes. As a person, an individual, of course, I have a lot of ideas, but we have not really thought about it as a band. I must say, of course, we all stand together when it comes to environment and human rights, just as bearing the flag. But when it comes to specific causes, we're not taking sides as it is right now.
Awesome. And that's fair. I mean, like, I've seen a lot of bands that they pick different organizations or sides, and I always ask, because sometimes that you'll hear like about really great things, like Peter Evers does the Artists Against Bullying organization. There's some really cool things out there. A lot of people lend their voices to, and I think that there's so much that, because people have visibility, that there's change that can be made. And I think a lot of people go, some people just shirk it and go, I'm a musician, and there's nothing I really do. It's just fun. And totally cool. It's just fun. But then if you do want to use your voice, you've got a place to do that. I think that's really
Yeah, definitely. So we just haven't, I think, as a band, we haven't really thought about it. Of course, when it comes to us as individuals, I think we have a lot of ideas and causes that we want to support. But
and you don't have to make those public either. That's totally cool. Day and age with politics and world environment, I think that less people want to talk about some things, just because how the cancel culture and people just jump online on social media and come after you, like, so. And
the world has become so polarized. So if you just say a little bit to one side, you're dead meat to the other side. So it's, of course, this has been a development that today it's a little bit tricky to take a side, because it will be very black and white instead of being able to have an open, civilized discussion about things. So it's tricky to find good causes that do not take you too far away from perhaps an audience that you don't want to mess with, or whatever it might be. So of course, people are cautious today.
Very cautious.
Yeah.
And you have to be. I think that we're in such a social media culture today that people can't seem to get away. They can't put their phones down. They can't put their devices down. They just don't break away. I mean, as we sit here and make a video, I mean, like, you just don't break away. I mean, when it comes to all of you guys' online presence for the band, do you take turns with who handles your Instagram and your Facebook? I mean, or is it one person that's dealing with it? I mean, is there a fair share? I mean, do you guys get fans that come and send you messages that are, they attack you because of something that you've done? I mean, I think it's always that weird. I mean, do you have any of that with Captain Blackbeard?
We haven't been attacked yet. And that's perhaps because we've been quite cautious. But we have been quite open in the band to make our social media available to all of us in the band. So But mostly I would say it's me and Rob doing the social media updates. But no, we have not been attacked yet. Let's see if someone says, "Hey, you follow
you suck." No.
you follow Canucks in NHL. Why don't you follow Mighty Ducks?" Whatever. Or
I follow the Canucks. They're right above me here in Canada.
Yeah.
Good hockey is good hockey. You can't.
So no, we haven't been that attacked yet, but who knows? Soon
I might get some from just saying I agree with Canucks.
Yeah. Yes. Great.
Awesome.
Then we're on the same level at least.
Yeah. I've had it. I've had horrible emails and people who have not agreed with opinions I've had, and that's just. I think people tend to take things extremely personally when they just realize, people, when they're looking at things, especially in media or in a band, it's your own opinion. And I think we need to let people have their own opinions. If you're not hurting anybody, it's, you should still have your own opinions. And that's, yeah. So when we were talking about social medias and the split of the work. I want to bring this up because I think it's really important that fans know that you guys have a fan club. It's an official fan club called the Captain's Fleet.
Yeah.
And I'm part of that. And it's really cool because every once in a while I get a really cool little magazine that's got, and I should have actually brought them in here with me because they're really fun. I want to know, on the magazine, who does the building of your magazine for you guys? Do you guys do that yourself? Is it in-house? How does
everything is in-house. So we it was actually Rob have been living with a dream for many years that he wants to make his own magazine. So he took the chance with this with the fan club Captain's Fleet, and set out and started to put pieces together and create all those articles and interviews. So it's mainly Rob's work. We have added with some memories from tours and stuff, but mainly I must say it's definitely Rob. Let's say 101%.
I think it's cool, and I hope you guys keep embracing the magazine, at least for the fan stuff, because it does kind of give that throwback feel to what you guys are doing with your sound. And it feels really 80s for me, where we were all signing up for fan clubs and getting periodic emails. I mean, once in a while I sign up for Iron Maiden still, and I still get their magazine, and like, your fandom, Halloween, Def Leppard, stuff like that,
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of cool. And I wondered how that came about, because it's a really fun looking publication that comes with it. And you guys have sent out patches that go with everything. So I think there's a lot of fun in there, and it keeps the fans kind of engaged. And you also have, along with that, there's a private Facebook group that is just for your Captain's Fleet. So if you guys are interested in following Captain Blackbeard a little more intensely and being more involved and joining their fleet, you guys can sign up on Bandcamp. That I did it. It was really easy. And then you'll get mail. It's a lot of fun, and you never know exactly when to expect it. And you'll get a really great big envelope in your mailbox, and a lot of fun to read and have fun. So.
Yeah, we try to, we will try to develop the fleets because it's been quite much job, and we'll really need to look into it, because it's as it is right now, sending those magazines all over the world is it's a tricky business just doing that. So we will look into the offer, but welcome to the Captain's Fleet, definitely. We will, as I said, look into the offer and come up with something good for 2021. So if anyone is interested, sign up, and we will definitely make it worth the value.
I mean, for me, I could say newsletters all year long, and one magazine a year with like a recap. This is like our yearbook, that kind of throwback kind of thing. Yeah. I mean, because I understand, because a couple years back we went and tried to do print publication, and we did a year's run to test it out and see how it worked. And the magazine was great looking. It was a lot of fun. A lot of people loved it, but it's very hard to get your costs down and get it cost effective to be able to ship everying. And it's a tough process.
Yeah, it is.
Really is.
I think you follow. That is, it's a tricky business, and we will evaluate the last year and see what will be, what can be made better, and how can we make this grow even further, because we believe that the fleet concept is good. We just need to make it even more better for us, better for our followers, and we will do more together with our fans, because we really enjoy hanging out with you guys out there. So yeah, if you have any ideas what we could do, bring them on. Come on, we are very open and humble to funny ideas.
Yeah, and if anybody didn't catch your guys' live party last year when you guys released the album, that's what got me into the Captain's Fleet to begin with, the drunken debauchery and come join the, and that was a lot of fun. And watching the fans that wanted to join and catch up with you guys, and it's been a lot of fun in the group, a lot of fun people out there. And I've got to ask, because we're going to wrap up here really quick, and I want to ask you about coming on Friday with Live Plus One. Is there any sort of live stream event you guys have planned similar to what you guys did with Sonic Forces? I know that you guys are having your pandemic rules that you guys kind of have to stick by. Are you doing anything online? What's going to happen on Friday with you guys?
I know we have some ideas. Of course, we want to do a good release party, of course, in the same manner that we did with Sonic Forces with Live Plus One. We have not set any dates for these, but hopefully, if we can be physically together, or if we can at least do a live stream with all participants from the band and stuff, but we will definitely do something. Then we will have to look into what we can achieve. But I'll see if I can get all the technical stuff together to get it good looking. Of course, we don't want to be too messy with our live streams. But yeah. We will see. Sadly enough, I cannot say this is the date, this is the place, this is the time. But definitely, we're going to do something when we have this Live Plus One released. So let me come back to that. I should have had a date because this is perfect time to say it. But sadly enough, no.
Welcome to pandemic 2020, 2021.
Yay!
It's just, and I think that, people, we've just kind of learned over the last year to just kind of take it as it comes, because we were a society that everything was go, 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 go. And now we've all just kind of had a hard pause of, I've got another couple of weeks and I'll have officially been home for an entire year. And,
yes,
it is what it is. And I know a lot of people hate that saying, but we have to dial it back and remember to just to kind of take it as it goes. And eventually we'll get back out there and connect and see people. And eventually we'll be able to hug everyone and scream at live shows and love each other and get sweaty. And
oh, yes. Oh, longing for the sweaty hugs. Yes.
That's the hardest for me, because I'm sitting here watching like all of these festivals are canceling one by one. I think I just saw like Hellfest. I think that was the last one I just saw that canceled or rescheduled. I'm not sure exactly if it was Hellfest. I just saw one come across and I'm like, oh, not another one. And here I sit going, how is Sweden Rock going to get past all this? Because they've not announced that they've canceled yet. I know they're still working full force, and that's my summer every year. And I'm like, last year about killed me. And is Wacken going to be able to happen? What's going to happen? We don't even know. And so
exactly, everybody's hoping right now that this summer will be something, but yeah, the vaccination is not going that fast as everybody was hoping. And yeah, perhaps this summer might be a tricky business also.
Yeah, and I think that's worldwide. We're all having that the vaccination is like, we were supposed to be much further ahead in the United States and we just are not. And I know people are thinking, oh, well, it doesn't affect us here at this festival because we're over here in Europe. But if your festival is half lined up with bands from America or Canada or somewhere and they've not vaccinated, how does that look for the rest of us? We're not even really sure what's going to happen yet. So I'm hoping that they get it worked out, because I would love some big festivals to happen, but not before it's safe for all of us. So
exactly. Yeah. So we all we can do right now is just do the best of the situation, sit down calmly and wait, and try to respect each other and don't make this situation more worse than it is. So stay at home, folks.
And write and record lots of albums.
yeah.
Well, I've worked with bands that actually wrote 2 albums last year, and they put them out at the same time. They're like, they're great albums. We didn't want to, and I'm like, all the music's great, so they just threw out 2 albums at the same time. I was like, that's unheard of. People don't do that. But it's been a lot of fun. There's like really cool stuff coming out, and I'm every day I think over the last year I've had more emails than I've had in years prior. Like they've doubled, because everybody's working on so much music. It's been really hard to cover enough music because there's so much more than what you normally get. So
Mhm.
it's a good thing,
And
though.
we will see what will happen now, because yeah, of course, everybody wants to get out there and do their live shows and promote their albums and stuff. So yeah, who knows? Perhaps we just take a little extra break and await the rally when everybody's doing their live shows. We can sit back and do a live stream or something, and then when everybody's tired, we can go out there and do our live shows.
It's going to be interesting to see the flood of who gets out on tour once it starts, because I know people keep scheduling. I'm like, I don't think you guys have scheduled anything. You're kind of just waiting for it to all pass.
Yeah.
But I've been watching some people have scheduled for later in the year, and it just kind of comes up and people are kind of on pause again, and people are holding tickets for everything. And I've got money put aside to buy tickets when it goes, like my normal every year is just kind of been going in the bank so that I have money to buy tickets. And
yeah,
it'll be interesting to see when it happens and how long it takes for bands to start actually playing, because I think venues are going to be bombarded with bands just trying to have shows. So I think it's going to change the entire landscape again of how things are done, because right now we're watching as venues around the world have been shut down and so many are closing. What's going to happen once we start having bands? I mean, there's not going to be enough venues to even have them.
Exactly. It's going to be a situation we've never seen before, because everybody wants to play, but nowhere to play. So let's see what happens.
Well, and I know I've heard more than ever from fans that they want to see live shows. So what I hope that with how it's been the last year and a half now that we're going into, that I hope fans that have neglected to understand the need for live music finally understand it and totally embrace it and just come out in full glory and start supporting live music. I think that might be something we see that comes out of the bad side of it, that something good can come from it. So hopefully, towards the end of the year, we'll start having some shows and you guys will get back out there. But come Friday, you guys have Live Plus One. Everybody needs to go to your Facebook. They need to go to your Instagram, YouTube. They need to go to Bandcamp, buy the album, stream the album. There's so much great music. You guys can pick up Sonic Forces still. There's tons of great music out there. Hit them up on Spotify. Follow them everywhere. And the biggest thing too is to make sure you're sharing it all over your own socials. Share the band with everybody. Talk about them. Help promote them, because that's how bands get found. If you love melodic rock, this is the band you're going to love. And they wholeheartedly have that 80s vibe, but it's a little bit modern and a lot of fun. And I'm super excited for it. It's a great live album, and I think everybody needs to find it. And that's out again Friday, Live Plus One, Captain Blackbeard. Martin, any last words?
I just want to say personally, I feel very humble about the reception that I have received through Sonic Forces, and I definitely hope that everybody out there will enjoy me singing some old songs live. And thank you all out there for supporting us. Welcome to the fleet, and let's hang out there if you want to. More than welcome.
That is awesome. That's awesome. So guys, Friday, make sure you show up for Captain Blackbeard. Get out there and stream their music. It's really a lot of fun. And Martin, I really appreciate the time that you had today. And I think that people that haven't had a chance to get to know you are going to get to know you a little bit better, because it's, they haven't had a chance to get to know you. So you're the new face, and now they actually have a chance to see who you are and hear a little bit about where you come from and what you've been doing. And I think that people are going to connect a little bit more. And my hope is that they connect even more with Captain Blackbeard, because I'd love to see you guys continue to keep making a lot of new music.
We definitely will. Thank you so much for having me.
You are absolutely welcome.